Well, I warned you all on the last SNES video that there were going to be a lot of these, and now I think you might understand why. Last year, Nintendo released the NES Classic, and despite low stocks and a lack of restocks, it was a runaway hit, becoming the need-to-get gift for the holidays. With the success of this throwback console, Nintendo would be fools not to continue this tradition with every console it possibly can. What better to continue with than the SNES, and who better to go over it than me? We'll be dividing this into 3 episodes, so get used to hearing about this for a little while. Today we're going over the essential and classic games people should expect on the SNES Classic. Again, a lot of this will be subjective, but by using the template for the original NES Classic, I've come up with the best possible SNES Classic in my opinion. So with that out of the way, I'm your host 24Kevin, here for 24Kevintendo, and here's 10 games that should be on the SNES Classic, Part 1. Number 10, Super Mario World. So when I said essential games, I really meant the games that Nintendo would add 100% to the system. And obviously, Nintendo is going to have all possible Mario games available to consumers. Released as a launch and pack-in title, Super Mario World took everything that made Super Mario 3 fantastic and took it to another level. With better graphics, new power-ups, including one of my all-time favorites, the Cape Feather, and the introduction of the Koopa Kids and T. Yoshisaur Mungikoopa, this game hit all the right points to make it one of the quintessential Mario games, and a must-have for the collectors on the SNES. Number 9, Yoshi's Island. Another classic platformer featuring Mario and everyone's favorite dinosaur. Shoot, second. Okay, third favorite. Seriously? Alright, favorite video game dinosaur. Oh, come on! Thanks to Super Mario World, Yoshi's popularity started to grow exponentially. Nintendo started to give the Green Gobbler his own games, including Yoshi's Cookie and Yoshi Safari, which weren't the greatest, but still fun. Shigeru Miyamoto thought he could get more out of the hero and decided to create Yoshi's Island. This is the perfect counterpart to Super Mario World, as Super Mario World is linear with some collectibles, while Yoshi's Island encouraged exploration and collectible hunting. Number 8, Super Mario Kart. What is there to say about Mario Kart? It's one of the most fun games until you get hit with the blue shell in first place. Then it ruins friendships. Luckily, there's no blue shell in this version, so yay! This is an auto-include, as it's a solid multiplayer game, features Mario, and is amongst the 24 best-selling franchises of all time. With Mario Kart's popularity and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe set to launch later this month, fans that weren't able to get the Switch will still want to get that rush playing Mario Kart can give you. Number 7, Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. Our final Mario game on the list, Mario RPG, was designed by Square and was the first to really bring Mario into a full RPG setting. Armed with his gloves, hammers, shells, and boots, Mario sets out to rescue Princess Peach from Bowser, until a giant sword shows up and pierces Bowser's castle. Mario is left to travel the Mushroom Kingdom, recruiting Mallow, Geno, Princess Peach, and even Bowser to his team in order to put a stop to the evil Smithy's invasion. With recognizable characters and settings, cartoonish violence, and a very nicely produced story, this is one of the least intimidating RPGs I know of, and it's a great jumping off point for people looking to get into RPGs. And with some of the games appearing in later videos being a little bit more hardcore, this would be a great way to introduce someone to the RPG style. Number 6, Donkey Kong Country 1. This is the first time our favorite ape got his starring role, or second depending on if you subscribe to our DK is DK Jr. theory, which I do. DK took the ball and ran with it. This game follows Donkey and Diddy Kong as they adventure through Kong Island trying to find King K. Rool and DK's missing banana hoard. With Kongs, bananas, balloons, and secrets to find in every level, there was plenty of content that made this game extremely replayable. Combine all of these amazing mechanics, and for its time, incredibly realistic visuals, and you have yourself one of, if not the must-own game of the 90s. Now, although this was a great platformer, it had some flaws that were only improved upon with... Number 5, Donkey Kong Country 2. This game took the arguably more popular Diddy Kong from the first series and teamed him up with his then-girlfriend Dixie Kong in order to save his mentor and friend Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong Country 2 allowed the developers to expand on what made Donkey Kong Country 1 so great and made sure every level had a unique feel to it, with players having to master one level's design, including maneuvering a volcanic stream-powered balloon or riding the wind as Squawk the Parrot, just to have to do something completely different the next level. It's an interesting design choice that truly challenged the players to innovate and adapt their playstyle almost every level. But while we're at it, can you guess what the next game is? You're damn right it is! Number 4, Donkey Kong Country 3. Guess who's back? Back again. Well, not really, he was honestly captured by King K. Rool. But once again, Donkey Kong Country received another facelift as Dixie and Kiddy Kong set out on a new adventure to save Diddy and DK this time. Eesh, these Kongs are almost as bad as Princess Peach, eh? This game took the differentiating levels to a whole nother level, and they changed basic mechanics every single chance they got. With unique levels, bosses, an upgraded overworld, and more secrets than I can remember, this game had the perfect blend to create one of the SNES's best platformers. With each Donkey Kong Country games having a unique feel, I feel it'd be criminal to leave them off the list. Plus, Unguard's in all of them, and who doesn't like playing as a giant blue swordfish? Number 3, FZero. Captain Falcon is seemingly one of the most popular Nintendo characters that Nintendo has no plans for whatsoever. And with games similar to FZero such as Fast Racing RMX and Redout, and Mario Kart 8 adding the 200cc circuit, Nintendo seemingly has no need to bring back the F-Zero franchise. But what better way to keep the captain in the public's eyes than by releasing the man's debut again? I mean, we already have the other SNES launch title on the list, Super Mario World, so it seems fitting we'd get both on the Classic, because that's exactly what these games are. They're classics. Even if Nintendo doesn't have any intention of using Captain Falcon in the future, at least let us enjoy him from his heyday, please? Number 2, Star Fox. Another one of Nintendo's most iconic and time-tested characters managed to make their debut on the SNES when Star Fox flew onto screens in 1993. The game was met to high praise and even received the award for Best Shooter of the Year, while also maintaining a spot in most SNES enthusiasts' top SNES games list in one form or another. There weren't many shooters on the SNES, and the improvements in the graphics compared to the other SNES games were mind-boggling for the time. Again, this was the launching point for one of Nintendo's biggest series, and although most view the franchise as a second-tier franchise, there's no denying the impact that Star Fox has had on the Nintendo universe. And the number 1 game of the first 10 games that should be on the SNES Classic is A Link to the Past. Not gonna lie, this would probably be my number 1 overall anyways, but I'm gonna include it on this because it is one of the classic games on the system. Rounding out our essentials is arguably one of the best Legend of Zeldas of all time, A Link to the Past. Taking the top-down view Nintendo had started with The Legend of Zelda 1 and 2, Nintendo improved on nearly every aspect of the originals, making the battle mechanics better, adding more items, increasing dungeons, making the overworld more difficult. This game was tailor-built for Zelda enthusiasts. Granted, I am a little biased because A Link to the Past was my first Zelda game and got me hooked on the franchise, but I truly hope that if they do release this, I'll be able to share the same experience I had with my future children, and hopefully be able to share all my amazing memories with them as well. But that's my list. What do you guys think? Are those the 10 classic games you would put on the SNES Classic? Leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. Now don't skewer me if your favorite games aren't on there. There's still 2 more of these videos to come, and maybe they're already up. Maybe they're annotated if I'm not lazy. Go check those out, and then leave a comment skewering me if I didn't include your favorite game. Once again, everyone, I'm your host, 24Kevin, here for 24Kevintendo. I gotta go, though. My throat's actually really hurting from recording this. That's 2 videos in 2 days, people. It's a lot of work. See you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye!